Hello and welcome to Spiritually Speaking, where this random girl called Parika talks and answers questions about spirituality.
On this channel, we talk about important spirituality related questions and how it applies to our modern everyday life.
So our first question is, are psychics real?
Are psychics even real? The short answer is both yes and no. To understand how this all works, let's take the example of a musical instrument. This is my kalimba. So when I play a note, my ear is able to sense whatever the vibration and frequency of the kalimba is. Similarly, you can think of human beings as having an energetic body that is made up of different frequencies and vibrations. Now, this ear is going to be symbolic of a psychic. So if we consider a human body as having an energetic body that's full of vibrations and frequencies, then yes, the psychic or the people who are sensitive enough to tap into this information, and they call these abilities psychic abilities, but they're just like heightened senses. So technically, psychic abilities are real. And no, because how we understand psychics as fortune tellers and they can predict your fate and all of that, there's a little misconception about that. So how these abilities work and what to gain out of it is misunderstood.
Next question, can psychics really predict future?
So then the question comes, can psychics predict the future by tapping into these frequencies and vibrations? Again, the answer is both yes and no. If this psychic picks up on frequency X, and if I consider that psychics have real abilities, then whatever they pick up is true. But whatever this information X is, there are two possibilities for X. Now, either X information can only exist in the human's energetic body, or it may be able to materialize in the 3D. So when a psychic says they can sense something about you, it may or may not be true for your physical reality. It might not get translated in matter. And that's why most of the times people get frustrated when talking to psychics, because they're looking for like exact specific answers, like am I going to get married to this person, or am I going to get this job? But it can be very frustrating both for the person asking and for the psychic, because the basic understanding of how these psychic abilities work is sort of not clear to either party, and so it leads to a lot of confusion and mistrust actually. And most of the times, even the people who pick up these energies, psychics, don't understand why half of the times their predictions are coming true and half of the times it's not.
How about an example, please?
Let's take an example where this human goes to the psychic, and the psychic tells them that what they are picking up is that one of the customer's close relative might be nearing a death situation or an accident.
Disclaimer, this example excludes fraudulent practitioners who use fear-based tactics related to death or illness to deceive or exploit people.
This is a very extreme example, and I'm sorry if I have triggered any of the viewers, but I think this is a very good example to try to explain this concept. So let's say this is one of the relative of this customer, and based on the information X that the psychic has picked up off of this customer, they have predicted that this close relative of theirs might be facing a death situation. We have already seen that this may or may not materialize in the physical reality as a death to the physical body. So let's say this relative has three predominant frequencies in their energy body: X, which is 70%, Y, which is 20%, and the X is the vibration that there is a possibility of death for. This relative might actually face like a very sad death situation or severe illness. But let's say if this relative's energy body comprises of X, Y, and Z, where X is just 10%, based on this 10% versus 70%, the close relative might not even face a death situation in the physical body. That X vibration might just process out of their energetic body, and they might not even feel anything. Hopefully that makes sense. I will try to explain these concepts from different angles in future videos.
Why can't psychics make exact detailed predictions with 100% accuracy?
So the third question is, if psychics are able to pick up on the energy body and are able to predict certain things with some vagueness, why can't they predict exactly what's going to happen when in the physical world? To answer that question, let's consider our planet Earth, and let's say there are 4 people on this earth, and all of these 4 people have one puzzle piece. And when you combine all of these 4 puzzle pieces, you get the full information. You can also think of this as God consciousness, when you have all the information that exists. Let's just consider every human being has just one puzzle piece. And they're all interconnected, but nobody has the entire information. That's why even though psychics are able to pick up on different possibilities that exist, it's very unlikely that they will be able to predict exactly what's going to happen when.
That's all for today, folks. Thanks for watching, and we'd love to answer any questions you have. And don't forget to subscribe